Kila siku naamka mapema, chapatizi hadi na hema. Kama mwizi ongenga manena, fika studio mstari na tema. Hello good people, welcome to another segment of 7 tips in 13 minutes. As usual, this is your favorite podcast, Club 13. Let's go. So today we are going to be talking about 7 tips for saving money. In the previous video, we spoke about budgeting. Today we are going to be talking about tips for saving money. So what are my 7 tips for saving money? Saving money is not easy. Because once you've earned money, there's always this urge to spend it. So when somebody tells you to save the money you've earned, it's not easy. It's quite hard. But I have 7 tips that will help you save money. The first tip is sounds obvious. The tip is spend less than you earn. Spend less than you earn. It's very basic. If you want to save money, spend less than you earn. Then you have some left for you to put aside. Spend less than you earn. Don't spend more than you're earning. So your expenditure cannot be more than your income. If you're spending more than you're earning, you cannot save. How are you going to save? What are you going to save? So it sounds obvious, but something that people don't consider when they want to save. If you can't spend less than you earn, then you need to earn more than you spend. Work harder, work longer, work smarter, get more money so that you have some left. Because the idea here is to have some money put aside after you've catered for all your needs, basic needs at least. Tip number 2 is budgeting. We spoke about this in the previous video. Budgeting. You need to have a budget. A budget basically helps you track your expenditure. It supports the first tip of spending less than you earn. You cannot spend less than you earn if you don't know what you're spending your money on. So budgeting will help you track your expenditure. Then you can tell what to cut, what you can live without, and that money you can put aside as you're saving. So remember that. Budget. The third tip I have for you is avoid those people. There are those friends who always seem not to have money. They never have money. They are always borrowing money from you. When do uko na pesa, hawana pesa. You go out, you find yourself paying bills. The tip here is avoid them. You know them. They're not good for you. They're not good for your pocket. They are not good for your pocket. I remember in campus, I used to have this classmate of mine who would go out buying people lunch. Then if you find yourself on the same table as him, most likely he's going to buy you lunch. But there was a catch. Buy you lunch, and after he would look for you, since he just bought you lunch, he would ask for some money from you. He bought you lunch, maybe 50 shillings max. He would ask for at least 1,500 shillings from you to borrow. Now you saw him buying people lunch, so you're thinking, he's got money, he's going to give me back the money. Borrows your money, you're not going to get it back. Avoid those people. Tip number 4, learn to say no. Goes hand in hand with avoid those people. Learn to say no. Learn to say no to your urges to spend. Learn to say no to activities that are not a necessity for you. Learn to say no. This has got a lot to do with self-discipline. Learn to say no to yourself and your urges, and learn to say no to others, the ones you're avoiding. Learn to say no. It's a very simple concept, but it helps you save. Because when you say no to unnecessary expenditure, then you end up having money to put aside. So learn to say no. The next tip number 5, is when you're saving money, don't just save money for the sake of saving money. Save money for a project. Because remember, and this is the next tip, money loses value. So just putting your money in the bank and it's lying there doesn't help anyone. When you're saving, save for a project. Have something you want to do. Have a target. Have a target. Save for a project. Do the project. Save for another project. Do the project. The next tip. Money loses value. As I mentioned a few minutes ago, money loses value. So when you're saving, ensure there's a time limit on your saving, so that your money doesn't stay too long in the bank and you're losing value, because there's always inflation. Remember, when you're saving, that money is not earning any interest. You're not gaining anything from, the money is not earning more money by sitting around. But if you're saving for a project, that's a different story. Saving for a business venture, different story. You just moved out of your parents' house, you moved into your own house, you're still sleeping on your mattress on the floor. You need to save for a bed, save for furniture, save for electronics. So have a project in mind when you're doing your saving. It makes it easy to save when you're hitting those targets that you set. Because at the end of the day, money loses value. Saving is a habit. And as psychologists will tell you, you train yourself into a habit or out of a bad habit. You cannot just get rid of a habit. You have to replace the habit. So if you're trying to get into the habit of saving, start small. Again, goes back to those projects. Have a small project and put money aside. Kidogo tu, not a lot of money. Then get into the habit of saving. Then increase your amounts bit by bit, so that you're able to save bigger amounts for bigger projects. So when you make those small changes, for example, if you like eating out, eat in the house. It's cheaper instead of going to the restaurant. I'm not saying avoid restaurants completely, but if it's something you do too much, if you want to save money, eat in the house. If you like going out so much and you've noticed that whenever you go out you spend tons of money that you don't have, then go out less so that you put that money aside. Go out less so that you put money aside. And also, just as a bonus tip, There's this thing. If you want to save money, stop buying brands. What is the difference between a Louis Vuitton t-shirt and a non-branded t-shirt? Still a t-shirt. When you go for the designer brands, you end up using a lot of money. Stop buying brands. Buy the product that is useful for you. We end up spending a lot of money on the brand instead of looking at, what do I need? Am I wearing the brand, or I need a t-shirt? Do I need a shirt, or it has to have that brand? As long as you look good in it, who cares? Not you, at least. Stop buying brands if you want to save money. We waste a lot of money buying brands. Money that can be used for other things. Yes, so that's the video right there. I gave you 7 tips on saving money. We also, on a previous video, we also talked about budgeting. So you can watch the other videos if you didn't have time to watch them. If you haven't watched them yet, watch them. They're very informative. And if you like the content that we are creating here, please like the videos, share, and most important is to hit the subscribe button. Catch you on the next one. Adios.
Kila siku naamka mapema, chapatizi hadi na hema, kama mwizi ongenga manena, fika studio mstari na tema. Inspiration.